to get real.
The California lockdown is over. President Biden issues a whole bunch more executive orders, and Budwiser says a big heck no to the Super Bowl. I'm Michelle Mortensen, and this is what you need to know right now, this Monday, January 25th, 2021. President Biden spoke to reporters today and said he hopes to have America reach herd immunity by this summer, and he thinks we can have 1.5 million people vaccinated per day. How's that going to happen?
Great question.
Especially when White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki just today said the Biden administration doesn't even know how many COVID vaccines they even have on reserve.
That's not good.
Also peculiar because just last week, Biden had a huge message of doom and gloom about our future and the trajectory of this virus.
Because there's nothing we can do to change the trajectory of the pandemic in the next several months.
So are we beating this thing, or are our darkest days ahead? Well, over in California, they're opening up. Gavin Newsom lifted stay-at-home orders today. Why? Well, we don't actually know. The state won't release any data saying it could confuse you.
Well, math is hard.
And hospitalizations and the numbers in the ICU are nowhere near the measurement that Gavin Newsom said the state needed to meet in order to open up. The state also has some of the highest numbers of cases in the entire nation. So what happened? Well, maybe it was that the recall is really gaining some steam. Maybe it was that lawsuit that restaurants and wineries were filing against Governor Newsom. Or maybe it's because President Biden has made it very clear he's going to bail California out with his executive order about paying back California for housing homeless people in hotels.
Get $5 grand and bail me out.
My guess, though, is that Gavin Newsom no longer has to use his fellow Californians as political pawns because the 2020 general election is now over.
I hate being a sheep.
In other news, President Biden is issuing a ton of executive orders in his first few days, more than 30 so far, and he hasn't even been in office for an entire week. Yes, of course, each president, regardless of party, issues a lot of executive orders. Obama, Bush, and Trump all issued more than 200 in their terms, but still, that's been a lot with less than a week in office. So what have these executive orders actually done? Well, he's pretty much undone everything the Trump administration did, like reversing the transgender military ban and Trump's immigration policies. He did, however, make an executive order today that is very, very Trump. His America First plan.
We will make America great again.
Yes, President Biden signed an executive order aimed at strengthening the United States Buy American policies by ensuring the federal government is investing taxpayer dollars in America businesses. That sounds mighty familiar.
Yeah, it sure does.
Of course, the whole America First plan was what Trump ran on, and he was accused of being a nationalist for doing so. Yet the left in the media has said nothing when Biden pushes the exact same thing.
You hypocrites.
Finally, tonight, the Super Bowl is almost here, but don't expect any "what's up" Budweiser commercials, because Budweiser, for the first time in nearly 37 years, is saying, yeah, we're not going to run a commercial, joining companies like Coke, Pepsi, and Hyundai. Budweiser says they're doing this because they want to allocate more money to vaccine awareness. But of all the companies that have been saying they're avoiding the Super Bowl, it truly does appear as if they're doing so because they're afraid to offend somebody with a joke or some humor. See, this is the problem with cancel culture. It cancels just about everything.
Sorry, you're canceled.
And that's what you need to know right now, this Monday, January the 25th. I'll be back here tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. with another What You Need to Know, the news you want, the way you want it, with a little bit of humor in about 5 minutes or less. And don't forget to check out the Michelle Mortensen Show every single Monday and Friday at noon. I'll see you tomorrow.
Time to get real.